Top 5 Muslim populated country in the world. Number 5. Nigeria. 95.3 million Muslim. Nigeria has the world's 5th largest Muslim population and the largest Muslim population in Africa. The majority of its Muslims are Sunnis, with a sizable minority of Shia Muslims and an even smaller minority of Ahmadiyas. Nigeria, despite having a sizable Muslim population, remains a secular democracy. Since the late 1970s, Nigeria has seen several Islamic reform movements, the most recent of which saw the rise of Jama'atu al-Sunnah li-Dawati wal-Jihad, also known as Boko Haram. This movement's reformists are calling for the replacement of Nigeria's government with the implementation of Sharia law throughout the country. This movement has received a great deal of international attention in recent years as a result of its involvement in increasingly militant actions. Religious violence has killed thousands of people in Nigeria over the last decade, and many more have been displaced. Islam is not as prevalent in southern Nigeria as it is in the country's north. Number 4. Bangladesh. 148 million Muslim. Arab and Persian missionaries and traders brought Islam to the Bengal region in the 13th century. Islam became more prevalent in the area as a result of the Muslim sultanates of North India conquering the area. Most Bengali converts to Islam were frequently inspired by Muslim missionaries, or Purs. The majority of Muslims in Bangladesh are Sunnis, while Shias make up a small minority. Despite having a large Muslim population, the legal system of this country is based on the Anglo-Indian system, with no official Sharia courts. However, Islamic law provides the basis for personal legal issues like marriage, divorce, and inheritance, which are dealt with by traditional Muslim judges, or qazis. With 148 million Muslims, Bangladesh has the 4th largest Muslim population in the world. Number 3. India. 189 million Muslim. The 3rd largest Muslim population in the world is found in India. Despite this, Hinduism is the most popular religion in India, with Muslims making up just 13.4% of the overall population. Islam was mostly introduced to India by Persian preachers and traders from the Arabian Peninsula. Even though India's Muslims and Hindus stood side by side against the British during India's struggle for independence, after independence, the Muslims of India demanded a separate state for themselves. Pakistan was established as a result of the separatist struggle, followed by Bangladesh. Even though many Muslims migrated from the post-independent India to the 2 newly created Muslim countries, a substantial section remained behind, and today constitute the large Muslim populace of India. Because India is a secular democracy where people are free to practice their religion, even though Muslims make up a minority of the population, they take pleasure in adhering to the rites and traditions that are prescribed by their faith. The country does not interfere with their religious freedom. Number 2. Pakistan. 204 million Muslim. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan declares Islam to be the state religion of the country, which is also known as the global center of political Islam. Muslims make up 95 to 97% of Pakistan's population, while Christians, Hindus, and other minorities make up a very small percentage of the population. The majority of Pakistan's Muslims, 80 to 85%, are Sunnis. Shias make up only 10 to 20% of Pakistan's Muslim population. Religion pervades every aspect of life in Pakistan, with religious credentials frequently determining leadership hierarchies in villages and towns. In Pakistan, any form of criticism of Islam is considered unacceptable and is frequently dealt with harshly. Number 1. Indonesia. With more than 227 million Muslims, Indonesia has the world's largest Muslim population. Despite the fact that Indonesia is a constitutionally secular state, Islam is by far the most prevalent religion in the country. 99% of Indonesian Muslims adhere to the Shafi'i of Sunni jurisprudence. Shia and Ahmadi Muslims constitute a small proportion of the Muslim population. Islam first arrived in Indonesia in the 13th century, when Sufi traders from Gujarat, India, visited the country and introduced their religion to the locals. In general, Muslims in Indonesia are divided into 2 groups. 1. modernists, and 2. Traditionalists. Modernists are those who hold to traditional theology, while also being open to modern and Western learning. The traditionalists are those who continue to reject Western educational influences in favor of strict adherence to local religious teachers' teachings and traditional Muslim schools of thought and worship.